Double penetration's practicing right now.
Okay, whatever. I'll invite my team and we'll get lined up at least. Also invite y'all.
It says their game is 84 minutes in, so hopefully it ends
You
soon.
can always surrender.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna hop back up to my team. Chris, whenever... if something looks weird, then I'll let you know. Okay. I'm heading up. See you guys.
Bye-bye.
Steven, deafen yourself, by the way.
Alright.
1898. In the mid lane, the Torpedo, Will Brooks, ADC Opie, and his loving support, Gert. You to get the red side, Steven?
Sure thing. So on the red side, we are going to have They Are Here. It's going to be Garfield Juice in the top lane, Elusa in the jungle, Simply Phenomenal in the mid lane, Jirachi on AD carry, and Super Kami Guru now as a substitute support player.
Yep. And so this is a pretty hype matchup. Having subs, week one, all the classes are kind of ending and stuff, and for other reasons. So what are y'all's thoughts going into this match when you just saw this one come out on paper when the schedule was released?
After reviewing each individual's player, OP.GG, I gotta say, the top lane matchup here is going to be very interesting with Bear against Garfield. Personally, for me, just looking at everybody's rank, I gotta say, I feel like Double Penetration might have the edge. How do you feel, Chris?
Well, these teams both have a few veterans on them each, and I really think that Rich tends to put a lot of work and effort into the pick ban, into the team compositions. In terms of preparation, I think They Are Here is going to have a huge edge. They've been playing together for a while now, practicing consistently. I think that the TAH is going to take this one. I think Double Penetration is going to probably have to have some type of really cheesy or explosive gameplay on the top side of the map in order to take this one home.
Yeah, so, in terms of ranked and stuff like that, solo queue ranking's one thing, playing in fives is something else. Some of these guys have been playing together, bros, more and more, less in some of these March Madness tournaments. I believe we don't have any rookies right now. So everyone has played in a previous split, or Super Kami Guru now is a rookie, but they've already popped their LCS cherry yesterday in a match versus Long Anime Schlongs, which is kind of interesting to say now. But as we've come into pick and ban right now, if we can get that on the screen, we are 3 deep into it. As the Jinx, Camille, and Graves have been banned away from the side of They Are Here for DP, and They Are Here have banned the Yasuo, Alistar, and Malzahar away from Double Penetration, with a first pick Kaisa on the side of Double Penetration.
I'm not surprised by this at all. They have to know that Rich is going to be trying to play Kaisa, and Opie's been playing a lot of Kaisa, trying to practice it. I'm not surprised at all by this. I think I'm actually very surprised that Rich wasn't expecting that to happen. It's just surprising in general.
Yep, well, if he was expecting it to happen, he definitely got his pick of the litter with the Ezreal and locking in their support in the bot lane as Nami. So locking in that bot lane right away to go against the Kaisa in the bot lane.
Mm-hmm.
Ezreal, obviously, with the double tier, very strong. Nami, a great sustain and, aggressive kind of range support in the bot lane. The Lee Sin locked in for Labyrinth 1898, picking his own jungle champ right now, and locking in Ornn, which most likely in most team comps would be top lane, but you gotta remember, you got Opie and Gert here, and Gert loves himself some Ornn, so that could be support Ornn. We may see the return of Sion. Who knows?
Yeah, Labyrinth has a pretty good, strong win rate. No surprise here, Labyrinth really enjoys those AD, so locking in the Lee Sin makes complete sense. And like you said, Sean, Ornn is a great, team-oriented champion in the top lane, and Bear would do great on it, as well as Gurk. So J4 was just locked in, probably for, I'm going to butcher his name, not even going to attempt it, Elucida, which makes sense as well. I believe he also plays AD junglers as well, like Kane, so no surprise there.
Yeah, and we're just going really fast through these as the Brand ban comes out against the Torpedo, and then the Galio ban as well, going against Simply Phenomenal, who is a really strong Galio player, but it's also kind of a double ban because Garfield Juice does play that up in the top lane. As the Lux ban comes out, heavily focusing this mid lane. 3 bans going at the Torpedo right now as the final ban comes in. Any thoughts on what might be?
Well, you know, I'm not sure about these picks, but the bans I'm not surprised by. After you ban out the 3 against 3 different positions, they've already picked their AD carry, top lane, and jungle. So the bot lane's going to be, AD carry, top lane, and jungle. So the bot lane's just going to be support picks. I don't think they're worried about too much other than the Alistar. And then mid lane, they probably just want to give a good matchup for Simply Phenomenal to be able to play into.
Yeah, and then the Darius band focused at Garfield Juice is known for that champion up there in the top lane. So you're looking at there was a mismatch. So you're looking at mid lane and top lane, the solo lanes for They Are Here right now, and then you're looking at the top lane and then or the support with the mid lane right here, because that Ornn can be possibly flex for DP. I think the Shen coming in for Garfield Juice. Interesting. So it's a lot of protection coming out for this Ezreal right here, and ability to make plays across the map for They Are Here.
Yeah, definitely. Said mid is like the pretty pick ban sesh. Both players play Brand, both players play Galio, so it's just a matter of seeing who will pick what here in these last couple of picks. It's gonna be very interesting.
Yeah, and I believe so the Vigar coming out for the Torpedo right there, locked in. Looking to either get top or support. Most likely, wait. Okay. The Vigar coming in.
Yep, Torpedo is definitely a Vigar main. No surprise there with that. And Aurelia was selected as well.
So Aurelia coming from the top lane. I think this will be the first time we've seen reworked Aurelia in the Find Me Alpha LCS regular season. I don't know if it was played in March Madness, but Aurelia into Shen. Not as long as the Spirit's Refuge is down. I think that should be really beneficial, and Simply Phenomenal locking in the Xerath as we finally lock in all of the team comps as we go into the real pick and ban phase.
Yeah, alright, I'll be switching into that in just a second. Hopefully, whenever they are ready.
It's very interesting to see the Xerath pick from Simply Phenomenal. I don't remember seeing that on his OP.GG, and obviously Xerath's a very skill shot based champion, and so hopefully he'll be able to land those skill shots. I'm not saying he won't. I'm just saying Xerath's performance is directly related to landing his QWNE. So, and his R is actually also a skill shot. So it's going to be very interesting to see how that plays into this team comp against double penetration.
Yeah, you know, based off of just team comps straight up from what we see right here, I think that there's going to be a big focus on the side of TAH to just wait for the later portion of the game and try to make some team fights happen. But then again, that's going to be a similar kind of goal on DP's side. It's going to be hard, though, with the Lee Sin and the Aurelia to make those kinds of plays, you know, later on in the game. I mean, Aurelia will scale a bit, but the Lee Sin is going to have a tough time making plays against the Nami J4, especially with the Shen shield. I think it's going to be really important for DP to try to get ahead early on in this game. The late game scaling is going to go to TAH for sure.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, double penetration obviously has a thicker front line compared to TAH with the Ornn Aurelia. So it's going to be very hard to get through both of those champions to the Kaisa, especially because Kaisa itself is a very slippery champ. So it's just going to be interesting. Like I said, TAH has just got to land those skill shots with the Ezreal Q as well. So it's very, very dependent upon each individual player's performance here. Game one.
Yeah, and I think it's going to be really interesting to see how that plays out. They are here with more of a kite back kind of composition and a lot of poke between the Ezreal and the Xerath, but they do have a form of initiation in the Jarvan as a way of also as a way to disengage with the Nami. And then you look at the side of DP, Kaisa obviously is still a very strong pick. Our own resident Sedan would be able to tell you that. Lee Sin, still a very good early game jungler, even with receiving some nerfs, not directly, but through less warding. Ornn, a good top laner, I think a better support in the hands of someone like Gert. Veigar will scale well and infinitely, so any of your squishies like the Nami, Ezreal, the Xerath, get that R clicked on you late game, you may just be down 4v5 at an instant. But this Aurelia it's really going to, I think, be down on the Aurelia to try to make something happen in the side lane. Because if you can make something happen in the side lane, or at least in ganks the Shen pre-6, or even when the Stand United is up, he can't Stand United to himself. So we'll find out how this all works in as we are going through picks and bans one more time.
Yeah, I'd also like to touch on the matchup in the top lane. We have Aurelia versus what was the pick again? Shen. So
yep.
Not only is the champion matchup going to be probably difficult for Shen, it's also going to be a matchup of like aggressive player Bear Jr. versus a sort of a not necessarily passive player, but a player that might not be looking to make those big time trades, those long all in fights. Especially when you're playing Shen versus Aurelia. Aurelia is going to win those hands down. So I'm wondering here is actually, well, it looks like Bear Jr. locks in Kaisa. I'm assuming they're trading and just like memeing.
Yeah, I think he's just possibly just doing it in pick order and then switching. So I'm gonna give it to you, my analyst on the sides right here. Take the side of one team and tell me about their win conditions and how they win this game.
Chris, go ahead.
Okay, well, win conditions, I'm going to take DP because...
by the way, correction, it's BBDP, Bareback Double Penetration is the confirmed new name for the team, apparently.
God.
Oh, boy, we're streaming right now. Come on.
I
mean, as if DP wasn't worse enough. Go, Steven.
Yeah.
So deep on the side of BBDP, we're going to have... The win conditions are going to be the Kaisa and the Veigar getting... Or not only going even, but probably getting ahead early on. I think it's going to be really important for the Lee Sin to be ganking and being successful on those ganks in the first 10 minutes of the game. If that doesn't happen and the Kaisa and Veigar are just kind of left alone, or if Elucida manages to have a more efficient early game than the Lee Sin, it's going to be very tough for the Kaisa and Veigar to stay in the team fights with a Xerath and an Ezreal constantly poking them down, constantly like preventing them from getting those engages. And I think that it's going to be really important for Lee Sin to win those early ganks, those 2v2s or the 2v1s.
And Chris, going off of that, for TAH, definitely, they really need that early game lead too. I'm a Silver 2 pleb, so call me out if I'm wrong, but I definitely believe, the Xerath and the J4 really just need to be aggro, as well as the Shen. We talked about that top lane matchup and how Shen might have a difficult time just because he's not as aggressive as a player as the Aurelia. And so, basically going lane by lane, I think the Shen just needs to stay alive. So that way, when Shen hits 6, he could ult those other lanes. The J4 just needs to get those aggressive ganks off as well. Being an AD jungler, he needs those early kills. The Xerath needs to poke, like we've said before. And bot lane honestly just needs to go even as just so that Ezreal can get that poke off and can scale and use all team fights and stuff like that. So definitely both team comps. These first 10 minutes will definitely make the game or create the foundation for the game here.
Yep, and while I agree with all that is said, I think that it's something to note that really they kind of have similar types of compositions in the sense of one has a bruiser and they both have one bruiser and one tank or tank-ish, with the rest of the Mariners being squishy. It's just depending on where they put those champions, per se. I think if it's a front-to-back team fight, it actually favors TAH more. Sure. But if it's in a choke point, I feel like it's almost fairly even, because you don't want to see any of BBDP's team in a choke point. A Kai'Sa, Veigar, Ornn, Lee Sin, or Aurelia, not something you want to do. I think the later this game goes, the more likely it is for a TAH win, especially just because the Ezreal double tier build. But this Ornn can be, very, very nasty, and finally get to a point where maybe even as a support, it gets very, very tanky. So if you want, we can get some predictions going on here. Let's start with you, Biscuit Hat.
I'm still new to the league. Double penetration here, bareback double penetration, whatever we decided their play matchup. Honestly, I think that's going to be their foundation for the rest of the team comp. If that Aurelia gets so fed and just is able to snowball out of control, TAH won't be able to stop it, I believe. So, especially because TAH has some immobile champions like the Xerath. So, I got to give it to DP.
And what about you, Steven?
I'm gonna give it to TAH. I think they're more practiced. They're more put together as a team. Their composition is better. And I think that having Bear Jr. play in the top lane, he's not as experienced up there. I know he can pop off on some champions. I don't know how good his Aurelia is. So I think as a whole unit, the team is gonna function better on the side of TAH, and they'll take at least game 1 win.
Yeah, if you're looking for ease of execution, it's definitely on the side of TAH. When 6 hits, they all kind of come on. Jarvan, gank a lane, Shen standing nines on top of that if need be. Attack that bottom lane, try to get the Kai'Sa behind, something like that. But, we have these new keystones that have come out, and Conqueror on this Aurelia, if she gets ahead, can be fat, or as I would say, thick when describing Aurelia. It's just going to be really, really interesting to try to see it out. With all that being said, I have to agree with Steven. I will be taking TAH here in Game 1 as we're nearing the 30-second mark before we get in. So, chat, spam, hashtag BBDP win or hashtag TAH win. Cheer for your favorite team right now. Let us know if you find any clips during the game that are funny or great or anything like that, or the casters mess up like I'm probably going to do. Let us know, clip it, and we'd really appreciate it.
And should be getting into game right here. I'm going to switch over to the in-game once the loading screen is good to go.
By the way, I hate looking at the hashtag and then seeing it say "ta," because now I think of like ta, t-ta, like learning how to count music when you're like 5.
Hashtag BAT.
Yeah. So looking at the keystones right now, nothing out of the ordinary, except I would have to say the Unsealed Spellbook coming out of Veigar. And this is the new Unsealed Spellbook. It doesn't give you any reduced cooldowns. It allows you to have a 3rd summoner spell, essentially, in the game. As that was the quickest load in PMA LCS history. So Jarvan taking the Electrocute, Shen going with the Grassly and dying, Comet for Simply Phenomenal, obviously the standard Kleptomancy and Airy in the bot lane, Aftershock for the Ornn, Fleet Footwork, Electrocute, and we do see that Conquer right there as we see pings going down on the map for some potential invades. And we're PMA LCS, boys. You don't see it right now, but we are. We gotta pause. The torpedo has disconnected. The ship is sunk. It's over. No.
Yeah, the last game I casted, which also had a pause like this initially, so it's not it's not PMA LCS if there isn't a pause. You know what I mean?
Yep, that is the meme.
I definitely think that we're still better than EU when it comes to pauses, but that's just me. IMO.
That's only because here at NA we pause so we don't have to see the future of the failure that is North America. Anyway.
Yikes.
Interesting to note as we are paused right here, we will probably be getting back into game shortly. Labby taking 3 health pots instead of the rejuvenation, refillable potion. We do have some minion dematerializers coming down here in the mid lane. I don't think we'll be seeing any banner of commands, but if we do, it'll most likely be aside from BBDP.
So that's actually really interesting. The reason you take minion dematerializer sometimes can be to help you get the cannon minion if you want assistance with that, but most of the time you use it across widespread across the whole wave, different types of minions, so you can get the bonus damage on wave clear, which really leads me to believe that both mid laners are looking to get as much wave clear as possible, and that they might be looking to roam or just to get the minion pressure for their wave. A lot of times in higher elo games, if you're against this type of matchup of Veigar versus Xerath, they'll bring minion dematerializer just to try to get that edge on the opponent.
Yeah, definitely agree. And I think we didn't even touch upon it, but if you look at consistent wave clear, you have to give it to the side of TAH, as Bear Jr. is sitting on a ward right now, and just takes a little bit of harass from Simply Phenomenal Eye of Destruction.
Indeed.
So there's just standard wards, nice little ward line coming down in the for they are here, but that does mean that most of their trinkets will be down if Labby decides to do a level 2 or 3 gank.
Exactly what I was about to touch on. I don't like that the top lane and the mid lane both use their trinkets. I think that's really not good. Because you really need that 2.5 minute ward for the mid lane and for top lane, just in case.
Well, at the same time, though, that ward in the little tri-brush right in front, though, on DP side, I feel like is not really worth it. And so I feel like a lot of wards have just been wasted these, first 60 seconds of the game.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Interesting to note that it was a fake leash bot lane, and here comes a gank from Lucid as he jumps in with the flag and drag, has to burn the flash on the torpedo as they just get a free summoner right there, and he is chunked out. The early level 2 gank from the Jarvan.
Yeah.
Wow.
And, that's exactly what I'm talking about. The mid lane ward was down. Same deal with actually he didn't use his ward, but the mid lane ward is down on the side of TAH. So hopefully we'll see Labby gank top or mid in the next few seconds after he finishes his blue buff.
Yeah, I think it was definitely because there was a fake leash bot lane that made it seem that as Jarvan would have been starting bot side, so the torpedo not expecting that, and he's just going to be down a little bit of pressure right now. He's got a massive wave coming into him right now as Labby is looking top lane right now as taunt lands from Garfield Juice, but the stun lands from Bear Jr. as Labby goes, and he gets the resonating strike. First blood flash coming onto Bear Jr. right now. Garfield Juice goes down and burns the flash.
Very clean gameplay from top lane right there.
Flag and drag down the bot lane. Opie has to burn flash and heal as Elusa burns 3 summoners with 2 successful ganks.
Yeah, I mean the summoners being burned on the side of DP is not, I don't know if it's as huge of a deal as the fact that Bear now has a kill top lane. They'll be just again coming in.
Bear again landing another stun. Labby just rinse and repeat. Are we doing this again? It is so. Oh, he lives with 18 health. My goodness. Puts down the pink ward to let them know that he has vision of himself right now. But he TP'd back into lane. So he's going to lose this entire wave. It's a giant wave.
I would imagine Bear
pushing.
just-
Yeah, it's not going to be freezing right now, I don't believe. He's got to push it and clear it out. Almost recalled.
Yeah, like I said, well, champs. Double penetration is definitely just. I feel like just going to try to snowball that Aurelia and get Bear fed. I feel like the fed Aurelia is going to be unstoppable here in this
Lucida gets
game.
caught out. Flash from Gert to try to knock up, but it got the flash out of Lucida right there. So the Jarvan getting a little bit greedy, getting low, and was spotted on a ward,
Yeah.
but will survive.
You know, I'm a little disappointed there. I think Opie should have waited a little bit longer for Gert to follow up there, but so without giving away that they knew he was there. Maybe a couple of auto attacks initiating, so that way when he flashes the wall, he can just W over the wall for the kill.
Yeah, a little bit of miscommunication right there. Could have had a nice for kill. We did just see Lavi spotted out on a ward near mid lane as he is going top. They are pinging him out though, and he will be spotted by this pink ward. He is level 3 right now. I'm not sure about the experience between him and Lucida, but he is up a camp even while having that one successful gank in the top lane. As we're sitting at about an 800 gold lead right now for BBDP.
Wow, look at that top lane discrepancy though. It's over 2 levels and over 23, or I think it's like going to be probably more than that, 30 CS. Bear's just freezing it up there right now.
Yeah,
And-
this is the unfortunate side, isn't it?
Huh?
Wouldn't you say this is the unfortunate side of getting ganked after you get TP back to the lane?
Oh, for sure, for sure. Yeah, I mean, it's just really just unfortunate. You can't really do much about it except for sit there and be sad.
Yeah, I mean, you look at it, but then you gotta look at that mid lane CS difference right there. That's a double CS lead right there. Not as crucial as the top lane, but you know, Shin's not one of your carries. Build tank and you'll be fine. Although he will have this pretty big wave and a half crashing into him right now, as you know, it's finally gonna be able to get some gold for Garfield Juice. He's been starved right now.
That is just really unfortunate.
Yeah.
I mean, Bear Jr. knowing how to manipulate the waves very well. That's just trying to make him lose everything he can.
Yeah, it is a 2-level advantage, which is incredible at this very moment. Levels and experience are
he
huge
should
right now.
died here.
Taunt did land, took one turret shot, but Garfield Juice takes a lot of damage. He goes in, uses the ultimate, and Bear Jr. just dives on top of Garfield Juice underneath the tower. Must have heard C-Van in the comms bleeding over.
Yeah, I mean, you know, I saw that coming. Like, being 2 levels up, you have your ultimate. He's level 4. He just used his W. Can't block any auto attacks. Like, just go in, kill him.
Yeah, definitely. And like I said, that win condition I feel like is top lane, and they're definitely playing around that with the ganks and the continuous pummeling of Shen. It's really, like you guys said, it's just super unfortunate. Yeah, there's nothing really Shen can do in this situation, just except be even sadder.
Yeah. I think we're going to start seeing some focus from Lavi on the bot side of the map, or maybe even the mid lane. I think he's pretty much all set with top lane.
Yeah, Lavi is sitting on 1,600 gold. Finally going to take his first back of the entire game. Those health potions come in clutch for staying out for long periods of time. But he will be a little bit behind in terms of tempo, as Lucida is spotted out on that Scryer's Bloom from the bot lane of BBDP.
Yeah, I mean, Hansu's now should be just slightly ahead by like about half a camp. I think he'll be ahead. Maybe a full camp, actually, depending on where Lavi goes.
Yep, Lavi looking like he's going to be going to the Raptor camp right now.
Gold.
Take note that there are 2 pink wards on the side of They Are Here and 2 on the side of BBDP, but they are split on the sides of the map. There's a lot of bot lane focus here for They Are Here, wanting to probably protect their late game win condition, as Bear Jr. goes back in. Garfield Juice taunts away, but Bear just jumps right onto him. Can't get there with a Spirit's Refuge, but just zoning him away from all of this farm and experience. It's It is not a fun day to be a ninja if you are on Summoner's Rift.
Yeah, I have the gold leads up right now, and Bear is up almost 2k gold, and that is like their whole gold lead. So that is not going to be fun. I imagine he's just going to kill Shen here in the river. Hopefully Dreffy can bring us up there.
Yeah, the Event Horizon stunning Simply Phenomenal's advance onto the Torpedo. As he is staying a little bit more relevant than he previously was, but it is still a lot, and this is a massive wave that he's going to back on. Does he have TP available? No. Bot lane taking advantage. OP just dies. Lucida did that. Garfield just going down into the bot lane, and there's 2 kills on the side as the Ignite does get burned onto Lucida, but a 2 for 0 with a successful game from the Jarvan.
Yeah.
As the TP does come in from Aurelia, trying to save this tier 1 as to not give up first tower blood. But there are 5 people bot here strong from They Are Here, because they are here at this very moment. Oh, a double stun right there, gets on top of Super Common Guru now, and Jirachi using the Ezreal. Oh, Bear is just in a bad spot. Can he 1v5 at 9 minutes? Goes all the way through, gets the stun down.
Almost gets the 4-man.
Yeah, but he can't juke away from everybody, but he does buy enough time, I believe, and enough resources from the side of They Are Here to save the turret, as OP does not have the ultimate available, but lands the W poke. And overall, 3 for nothing on the side of They Are Here and burned teleport.
Yeah, and with that fight, it looks like the gold lead has gone away. They're able to do and take this back into their favor.
Well, that may be the case. I don't think it's that huge of a deal. I think since the first tower was saved, we might see some jungle pressure from Lucida on the bot side now. And we might see some roams from Xerath. You know, that's like the best way to play. If there's a tower that's low, playing towards that side of the map with your entire team is the best way to do it to get that first tower. But at the same time, we see top lanes up like 70 CS, 60 CS, and up 2 kills. I would imagine we're gonna see some plays top lane for that first tower. So I'm not sure if it actually matters that happened.
Yep, Labby, while he is ahead in camps, he is actually down in item disadvantage. He is sitting on 1,500 gold right now. A tendency of the one Labby Lee Sin player to sit on a lot of gold. As Bear does go in on another engage on Garfield Juice, drops the Spirit's Refuge. Taunt lands right here, making Bear Jr. take 1 turret shot, but Garfield Juice just can't even look in the direction of Bear Jr. right now. He may be wearing a nurse skin, but he may be the one that we need to see the doctor lately.
Looks like Hansu finds the Lee Sin in the jungle.
Yep.
Oh. Doesn't want to burn flash.
The Ornn ult goes in, burns flash on Hansu, though OP did get kind of chunked out by Jirachi right here as he is trying to just save this tower. It is whittling away down to about 10% HP on this max turret right here, as there is some counter jungling being done by Hansu, as the torpedo does show a little bit, but the Jarvan does... Oh, the stun does land onto Hansu. And the kill comes in for the torpedo, as the TP comes in from Garfield Juice. I guess they're going to try to force down this. Well, they will get first tower out of this because it has drawn the bot lane away from the tower to try to save it. So first tower will be going over to the side of They Are Here, which will increase that gold lead altogether to about 500, 600. Nothing too monumental, but this Aurelia just staying in the top lane, getting more experience, more farm, and maybe able to answer a lot of turret damage down on that.
I think she might even be able to take tower if she goes to proxy that wave. She might be able to get the tower here.
TP used mid lane for the torpedo. So there are no TPs on the map right now, so we're probably just going to be seeing a lot of just laning phase continued out. It's going to be interesting to see what they do, and it looks like we see a swap coming out from They Are Here, trying to get that Shen into a lane where he can farm safely.
Yeah, I mean, the Shen's down over 2k gold, 2.4k gold now.
Yeah, you want to switch to items. as there is a Hansu that
Whoa.
burns the flash from the torpedo. Maybe he thought the Cataclysm was gonna follow immediately. Didn't want to risk it. But now it's a free flash just gained for just showing his face in the mid lane.
Nothing wrong with getting a free flash there, Sean.
Yeah, definitely true. I think they'll take that from the side of they are here, as they're gonna be getting a free air drake right here for P. Air drakes a whole lot nicer than they used to be, and I think it'll be really helpful for the side of them as they want to probably try to get the Sorelli going. But on the side of they are here, they are at the Rift Hill right now. But Bear Jr. gonna see this happen. Will they be able to get it? And they do get it right there, but will they try to fight for this as they're trying to zone them off? Ultimate comes down from Bear Jr., knocks away. Elucida gets knocked out. Double knockup on the Super Garment Guru now and Garfield Juice as Labyrinth tries to get the last kill right there. He does survive a double kill for the likes.
Lavi does go down.
Yeah, Lavi does finally go down though, but the killer instinct being used by Opie, the heal had been burned from Jirachi, and the flash and heal from Simply Phenomenal as the stun does land onto Jirachi after the Event Horizon is used. Overall, a plus in kills for the side of BBDP, but the Rift Hill was secured by Garfield Juice.
Yeah.
I gotta say that Aurelia, although was really beautiful, was able to the J4 and the Shen from escaping from the Rift Pit. Very good execution there from Bear Jr., even though top... he's doing a phenomenal job this game.
Yeah,
the gold lead's actually now in the favor of DP, and it's a 3.2k gold lead in that top lane, and it's gonna be really hard. Even though Rich has a lead, it's gonna be really hard for them to keep up with this Aurelia that can probably just dive onto the Ezreal and just kill him instantly.
Yeah, we did talk about how Ezreal was really mobile and kite back and stuff, but if you have this Aurelia who is probably going to reach the fastest Flame Horizon in PMA LCS history, if this continues up at this pace, that you can just jump onto the Ezreal and unleash the ultimate on top the Vanguard's Edge, I believe, right on top of the Ezreal as Bear is looking for a cheeky play, but I wasn't looking, and Gert died off screen.
Yeah, unfortunately, it looks like Gert was just caught out there.
And it looks like, unfortunately, that they are also caught out here on the side of... Oh, he flashes and jukes him with the Blast Plant! Jirachi with the moves.
I think Bear should have seen that coming and probably saved Flash, but that's okay.
Yep, definitely so. As I'm seeing on the replay, yep, they just caught Gert out right there with some CC, bubble stuns, and down went the Gert, but Bear's left alone in this top lane. Mid lane does go down, but they'll be trading the top lane turret and putting solo gold onto this Aurelia, who is 10 CS away from being 2 levels ahead and Flame Horizon. Flame Horizoning. Yeah. Hantu is found out by Lammy, who just gets taken down to... Oh, and flashes away, but the Primordial Burst does not care about your flash. It only cares that you go back to the respawn tower. That is the second kill for the Torpedo in the mid lane, who, while still down in CS, is catching back up in terms of gold.
It just seems that DP has a better team mentality and just team fight right here in this early. With Gert being caught out and with Bear being able to just sit top lane, the other 4 team members of BDDP is able to just make these plays on the bot side of the map, which is really good. It puts them in a very good position in this early game at 18 minutes.
Yeah, and I do disagree with this Kaisa build. The Rage Blade first item, it's not going to be very strong. I think he's obviously playing for late game, but we'll see what happens with that build. I think he's going to have to wait out a little bit longer for his power spikes.
Yeah, I was just about to say, well, I wonder where they're going to use this Rift Hill, and I feel like, I don't know if the timer was down, but they have to use it mid right here. They're not going to get anything off of it except for just the smite down from Labby. As Bear Jr. has joined the mid lane with Simply Phenomenal being in the top lane as Bear is trying to catch out somebody. Lucida does a little nice recall BM in front of them all, but the bot lane will be crashing, it seems, for the side of BBDP. No, it's going to actually slow push back out for they are here. As we do have both Baron and Dragon coming out here in the next 50 seconds. We'll be seeing some fights. Hansu just steals away, said, nope, this is my Raptor. I don't need this as much. Lavi, it's okay, you're blind, you didn't see it anyway. And long range ults come out trying to snipe this OP down, but the double knockup from Good as he lands another double knock going in. He might have been caught himself too far forward by himself. The Event Horizon does stun too, but the Lee Sin Resonating Strike did miss, and that is Gert giving up his life to try to get an engage to save OP as the unstoppable Jarvan comes in with the Cataclysm and is flashed out by OP. And here comes Bear Jr. taking on 1v4 right now. He's big. He's got Elusa down and pretty low. Here comes Garfield Juice right here. Labby joining him in there, taking the tower. The stun does not land. He lands the Resonating Strike. Will he take it? No. And that's it. They're going to look for this Mountain Drake with all the recalls coming in on the side of BBDP. A Mountain Drake as it is, which will be great for trying to get all the rest of those remaining outer structures and neutral objectives out. But are they going to try to contest this?
I think they have to here because a Mountain Drake on that team comp is not going to be what they want. A poke comp that has Mountain is really bad.
Yep, as Gert continues to go on, he's not as tanky as he'd like to be. The Event Horizon does burn the flash out, and they do get the Drake. Wow. Bear Jr. getting increasingly low, but the Arcane Barrage, True Shot Barrage does miss. Lavi does go back in, gets very, very low, sitting on 1 health, but the Primordial Burst doesn't take down Shin. Here comes Bear, gets a double stun. Jirachi is falling. Simply Phenomenal, just standing there taking the fight from Opie just face first as he TPs bot lane to get some CS while Baron is up and alive and 3 people are down. But overall, a win for BBDP as they just find some kills and catch. They are here with their pants down, it seems, after a little bit of maybe a overstay chasing mid and not deciding what to do altogether.
For sure.
You know, it was really nice to see OP not have tunnel vision and be able to auto the Zera. Really hard to watch yourself and see what's going on to land those ult shots, and so OP was able just to walk up and auto him twice for the free kill. Got to give that one to OP there.
Yeah, definitely situational awareness within the team fight as the third tower and last outer tower for there here does go out. Dude on top of Super Kami Guru, who just throws a bubble back and says, please stop. I don't like that. Rams are not nice. I'm a fish.
And I think it's really unlucky, well not unlucky, maybe just a poor decision of Bear to teleport bot lane. I mean, they did get a tower, but look over at Baron's side. The only objective that the teams are going to be looking for right now is Baron Nashor and top tower, and that isn't completely covered in wards of TAH, so the vision pressure is going to be on TAH's side. They're going to be able to make the plays.
Yeah, and we do have Labby answering the top lane. There's a massive wave there. Someone had to answer as Bear Jr. is going to go check and find Hansu. Going to try to land the stun. Barely misses it, thank goodness for the Nami E, the Tie Caller's Blessing. Getting that slight movement speed to probably just get out of there. As we do take a look at the game state right now, it is a 4,000. Math is right, yeah, 4,000 gold lead-ish for the side of BBDP. They're up 1 tower, 2 dragons, and while not complete control of the map in terms of vision, pressure on the map wherever Bear Jr. is at this moment. This Aurelia is massive
He
at
is the entire
200.
gold lead.
Yeah,
It's
we
4K
may
gold
see a
lead.
double Flame Horizon. I just don't even think that you can send Shin to answer that, even with the Stand United, because your team has to make something happen. He's just taking a tower in his face.
Bear just has so much damage and isn't going to be taunted for very long with Merc Treads. You probably can just kill him right here. Ooh,
As they do have a fight, but the Spirit Refuge does go down. Bear Jr. does get him out. And if you're the side of they are here, what do you do?
I mean, I think they're doing it right now. They're poking down, going for that engagement.
Oh, the Flash Q knockup on the side of Hansu on this Jarvan, catching the torpedo out of position. Gets them the pick that they needed.
You know, with Bear Jr. not being there, it was such a great shot call right there to go in on the Vi, just pick him right away. Obviously, Bear Jr. is so big; he is basically the entire team for double penetration. If Bear Jr. is not with the rest, the other four, they really can't team fight as well as they would like. Ornn isn't tanky enough. Lee doesn't have enough damage. Kaisa is starting to build some damage based items, but it's just not enough, and that's why the Vigar was just caught out like that.
Yeah, I think it's to the point that Steven just made recently. Bear Jr. is the gold lead, but so you probably can't win if your gold lead isn't there in the 4. But oh my goodness, this damage coming out. But Bear Jr. gives up his life for a 1-for-1 trade, but a shutdown going to Lucida on this Jarvan, who is building full damage at this moment, and only Ninja Tabby as the defensive item.
For me, if I was Bear Jr. right now, I wouldn't be focused on staying in that top lane. I would be, like I said, focused more on team-oriented things, just joining up with the team. And so it's disappointing for me to see him just die for only the Shen. Shen is 0-5. He's not really worth that much gold. If he could have taken somebody else with him, I think that would have been a more worth engage. But I don't think the Aurelia is strong enough to 1v5 just yet.
Yeah, and also burning his flash for that and losing pressure. His team now they didn't have any pressure elsewhere on the map. You see bot lane shoving into their tower. It was a really poor decision to be that far out there, with the collapse being a possibility. And I think this is something that I know Bear Jr. in particular likes to do the when he gets ahead split push type of thing. No one can match him. But at the same time, you have a composition that while Labby is AD, you have a composition that probably wants to team fight with the Ornn, Kaisa, Veigar. You can't team fight 4v5 or 4v4 because of the Shen global pressure. Aurelia can't do anything about that. Aurelia has TP, but isn't going to be able to instantly get onto the fight. And
yeah, definitely. And it looks like Bear Jr. is bot lane as we're talking about this.
The TP is going to be, the Shen TP is going to be burned. So that is something, as the Ornn Horn does get sounded, it does knock up nobody at that moment. Lucida does get off of it. Looks like Labby is soloing out the Air Dragon, so there is a double Air Drake, which means maybe now, with the double Air Drakes, Bear Jr. can be in a side lane, but still react just quick enough to be there before Garfield Juice gets there. I know Stand United is an instant cast, but maybe if you could burn that and then rinse and repeat before it comes back up, that is the way to do it. Bear Jr. now joining the team, trying to force a fight, it seems here. Just dip, dive, dodging, and ducking around all of these skill shots being thrown everywhere. True Shot Barrage comes in to try to clear the wave out and thin the herd. It is the 5v4 in the favor of BBDP now.
And we're starting to see things stabilize for the Shen. He's starting to pick up some CS. And while, it is 150 CS, that 150 CS is starting to matter less and less and less. And the gold lead's only 2k. At this point, TAH just group up, and they should be able to win most teamfights if they can peel for Jirachi and for Simply Phenomenal.
Now, I know we all know Labby, but I'm looking at this Lee Sin build, and I'm thinking, unless you kill someone right away, it's not going to be worth it. But then you build the GA, and then I'm a little bit more okay, because then you can die twice. No, I'm kidding. I think it's actually fairly good, because the 4-man squad of They Are Here is extremely squishy, and with that lethality and just the base AD onto someone like this Lee Sin, can probably one-shot almost anybody if you land the right combo.
Yeah. I would agree with you if Bear was just with them. I feel like Lee just needs to start building a little bit more tanky if Bear's gonna keep split pushing. But it looks like DP is grouped up in mid and is gonna grab this tower real quick.
Yep, the Event Horizon comes down to clear off that choke point. As they do, they have the push going. Mid.
There's no response for this. They're way out of position.
Yeah, the Ezreal's still in the top lane and didn't get the True Shot Barrage to hit. It is a 45 at this moment, but they're backing off. Maybe not feeling as confident. Yeah, Baron pressure and Baron vision. If we want to just take a look at the state of the game right now, in terms of vision control, They Are Here have wards littered all over on this top side of the map. I mean, you can even just look at the vision scores across the board. The only one really doing much of a vision score on the side of BBDP is Gert with 45, but it's the third highest in the game, where Elucida and Super Kami Guru now have almost 50 or more, as they are going to start this Baron. They do not have a fast Baron tanking team and not a tank to tank the Baron, as there is an engage right there. Bear Jr. does jump in on there.
Whoa.
Similar goes down, double kill for OP, triple kill for OP right there. Bear Jr. going in, trying to get down, gets Hansu down, and somehow Gert kills Shin in the back as they get a clean ace off of the back of that seemingly desperate Baron tip from the side of They Are Here.
That should be at least inhib. If they don't go for inhib and then Baron here, I'd be surprised. I think this should be a quick inhib. We'll see. They don't have a wave. You know,
there we go.
That was just very poor positioning from the Xerath in that fight, standing out there just to get eaten up by OP. And now OP has items. I mean, I don't necessarily agree with the build, but I think now that he has items, it's not going to matter. He's capped up in CS. He's now 5-1-3. These team fights are going to be so hard for TAH to win with the lead that Aurelia has. I mean, Aurelia can just get on the back line while OP and the Torpedo sit there and do damage to anything that's trying to get on their back line. And there's just no opportunity here for TAH to win the team fights, and that was just a poor decision to start the Baron.
And I'm not even sure that the Primordial Burst was even used from the Torpedo, because it's already back off of cooldown, but I'm not entirely sure, because he's only sitting on 10% cooldown, I believe.
You know, we talked about the vision game just really quickly right before that fight, and I feel like based off of the vision, I believe somebody off of TAH was using their sweepers, and you know, based off of a solely vision game, that was definitely the right call for TAH, just to do the Baron. Obviously, there was no wards. DP honestly just got lucky and guessed that, you know, they were going to do the Baron. Obviously, all 5 of TAH wasn't on the map. But, you know, with Bear Jr. just being so fed as well as OP now, I mean, it was just a clean wipe.
Yeah, well, you know, I actually have to disagree. They had the Scuttle Crab on the side of DP, so they did see him. They did see him start it, and I don't know why TH thought maybe that they had recalled or something, or maybe they thought that they had left that area, but there was definitely vision of them walking right over Scuttle Crab.
It could have been the double air Drake too that let DP get to Baron faster than expected, because they did just recall. Yeah, and there was like 10 pings on the Baron pit, and they were able to get there real quick. So it's probably just that double air Drake actually paying an effect in this game, which I thought I would never say in my life. But
as I say, that DP burns the Baron. There's no vision. This should just be free.
Is Hansu going to try to get in? Nope, the stun lands right there for Virginia, but he does go in onto the Hansu. Jarvan right there. As they do get the clean Baron take right there, played around the vision, waited for their minions to go into the mid lane, as Jirachi is sitting at about a quarter health in the mid lane right now, as they're going to get this free Infernal Drake.
They should go straight bot lane here. I would just, yep, there you go.
Massive bot wave going to be pushed. It is a now with Baron buff on them, a 17,000. No, I'm so bad. 7,000 goalie, 17,000. Maybe what it feels like if you're Garfield Juice to Bear Jr., but it's just 7,000. As the Stone United comes in on semi-final, Bear comes in. Hysterics is popped. The Spiritual Fuse comes out, but he does not go down. He is finally.
He's still
Oh no, he doesn't
alive.
get taken out. Hansu goes down in the midst of all that to Labby. He's still rocking his GA right there as the stun barely misses on Jirachi right there. They're still sieging with these double Baron cannon minions as it looks like the recalls do come out. Oh, but oh no, Zera burned the Rise to the Arcane to try to stop the recall from Bear Jr., but did not make it. Baron recalled to OP.
Yeah, they get the tower they wanted. I think the inhib's coming back up shortly. I'm not sure exactly how long it will be. I would imagine it's in the next minute or so. They might just group topside, shove out topside, or might group bot lane. But they're gonna have to rotate over for that mid lane inhib.
I think at this point maybe you can have Bear in your side lane because now you have someone in the likes of OP who does have a gold lead and is doing a lot more than he was previously, but when Bear was the only thing on the map doing well for BP, BBBT.
As you say
For
that,
double penetration.
We hit a double flame horizon in the top lane.
Double Flame Horizon. While it's almost a Flame Horizon in the mid lane, it's almost a Flame Horizon in every lane except for bottom lane and support in opposite favors. So Labby having to go a little bit more, but he has more agency on the map is simply phenomenal. Just took one of the scariest back places I've ever seen. Just right there, knew that the minions were coming, but trusted his ability to back in time as Baron is still going on for just a bit longer. They're about 3/4 of the way done.
Wow.
Bear Jr. is just destroying people. Hansu, I'm sorry, but that had the burn flash. Burns flash himself. Bear Jr. Now he's onto the Nami. Burns the ultimate. Burns the flash out of the Nami as well. There is no exhaust.
I mean,
They get a free turret in the bot lane. Bear Jr. is so massive. He's gonna get the stun on the Simply Phenomenal. Then Garfield Juice going and gets kicked out by Labby. The Orn ult missed everybody, but Garfield Juice is going to survive as the flash comes out from Jirachi, but gets baited in. Yeah, and then Bear Jr. still with the GA on, pops Hysterics. Nobody dies on the side of BBDP as they take the bottom lane ever and the mid lane inhib with 3 kills. And they have a wave prepped in the top lane. I say prepped because it's there. Who knows if it was actually.
When literally the whole gold lead is Bear Jr., he's up 9k gold to almost 10k gold. Like, it's just, he can 1v3 probably. I don't know if he can
as they
1v5.
do land some. Oh, Labby coming all the way and has to. His mind was telling him no, body told him yes. But he had to flash out, and they take all 3 inhibitors, as that usually spells defeat for the team.
Yeah. I mean, this is looking a lot like last evening's games as well. They're just pulling the trigger on the dive. They just go under towers, kill everybody, take the inhibs back out. They're just gonna rinse and repeat now. I don't think there's any objectives. There's a dragon coming up. They could go for that. But I doubt they will. At this point, should just run down mid and end the game.
Yep, it is in 1 minute and 30 seconds, so maybe you can get that just to secure your next team fight win for everybody to be doing mass amounts of damage, not just maybe OP, Primordial Burst from the Torpedo, and Bear Jr., who seems to have an affinity right now for trying to find Hansu at this moment, but he finds Rich! Jirachi, the Staying Night does come down. He burns through almost the entire ultimate of the Staying United, and he gives up his life!
Whoa.
The GA was
I just
burnt.
don't know why you would do that. Just group with your team as 5 and end the game.
But he's really big and strong, C-Van. Why? What do you mean?
My bad. I forgot. Forgot that's how this works.
You said he was the gold lead. You said he could 1v3. He saw 2 people. Come on.
Yeah, but then
What's this analysis, man? Okay. 3 is less than 5. Today I learned. Opie jumps in.
Opie.
Holds onto.
Opie,
but nice flash away from Jarvan Cataclysm as he does get the GA pop. Super Kamaguri now does die to Gurt as he takes out Jirachi right there. On top of it, double kill for the side of Opie, but he will be taken down, and then he just gets booped by the torpedo. Simply phenomenal. Not feeling so phenomenal after that one. Garfield Juice tries to taunt away, gets knocked up more times than a pregnant woman on Valentine's Day. And there's the face right there. And Bear Jr.'s team, or should I say BBDP, not just the gold lead, gets the game 1 victory.
Yikes.
39 minutes into the game.
I don't even know what to say about that one. I mean, it's just big ol' yikes. That's all I got.
Yeah. I'm not surprised. Definitely, I feel like I definitely called that in the champion and that Aurelia just snowballing out of control. Bear Jr. did such a great job, and his team was able just to spoon feed him that game. Honestly, 3 ganks from Labby, and then wow, just phenomenal job, guys.
Yeah, I mean, you look at the damage. It's Bear Jr. and then I mean, as the game got later, obviously Opie started doing some damage, but it's pretty much just Aurelia shitting on everybody. I mean, that game was something.
Yeah, I think that's actually what the damage chart says. It doesn't say 31,000. It says shitting on others. Yes, correct. No, but yeah, looking at the gold lead, I mean, it's a 9,000 gold lead, like you said, above Garfield Juice, who just kind of just never found a place in the game, unfortunately. Pulling a Dyrone cosplay, wasn't really allowed to play League of Legends this game, but it's okay. There is game 2 coming up. We will have an MVP poll ready for you soon. Vote for it. Guys, maybe there's a contest for who MVP is, yeah?
Maybe. We'll see.
See that?
A contest of a skin.
Who-
You said?
No. Who's gonna get MVP for game 1? Any thoughts?
Well, gonna have to say. Actually, in all seriousness, there could be an argument for Labby, as well as Bear, but I think it's gonna be Bear Jr. But I think there's an argument for Labby to get it there.
Yeah. So we're gonna take a short break. We're gonna get that poll up and ready for you. We'll post it in the chat, and we will be right back after a short break. Don't touch that dial. Browser.
Indeed.
Just don't touch anything. Stay here.
We'll be right back.